Now we are live, so I apologize for not starting it earlier. So let's go ahead and get started. Today's topic is on the business meeting, and I've uploaded where you can download the file. And my learning goals for you guys today are to learn new vocabulary and to practice speaking. So that is the plan for today. So let's go ahead and start. Business meetings. So let's, I'm going to ask everybody a specific question. Venus, how often do you go to business meetings? Or how often do you go to meetings?
Never actually.
Okay. Fair enough, that's good. So never, okay. And you are a student right now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the reason.
And that would be the reason, yeah. Sergio, how about you? How often do you go to meetings?
I usually almost every single day.
Almost every day. Okay. Okay. And Rimsey, how about you? How often do you go to meetings?
It depends on change the station, but I can say maybe twice a day.
Twice a day, so it depends on the day, but usually twice. Okay.
Yeah.
Jose, how about you? How often do you go to meetings?
I have meetings once or twice per day.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Ismail, how about you? In your job, how often do you go to meetings?
I usually go to meeting 3 or 5 times a week.
Three to 5 times a week. Okay. Yeah. And Christian, how about you? How often do you go to meetings? Okay, he is not here. Okay. Attilio, how about you? How often do you go to meetings?
Nearly 3 times a week too.
Okay. And Arnaud, how about you?
I have meeting many times a week and sometimes many times a day.
Okay, so it depends on the day. Sometimes a lot and sometimes not any. Okay. And Adela, how about you? How often do you go to meetings?
Normally once or twice a week.
Okay. And that's normally like a staff meeting or something since you're a teacher, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Once a week.
Okay. Christian, welcome back. Don't you hate that when it happens? I'm like, oh, I can't believe that just happened to me. Yesterday I was talking and all of a sudden I heard one student say, "Do you hear her anymore?" And the other said, "No, she's gone." And I'm like, "No, I'm right here," but nobody could hear me. So, so Christian, how often do you go to business meetings?
Right now, I don't have a job, so.
Oh, okay.
Not so often.
Okay, not often at all. Okay, so what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to do a quick matching of different meetings. So let's match the meetings on the left with their purposes on the right. So we have a job interview, an annual general meeting, a teleconference, an appraisal meeting, a team building meeting, and a management meeting. Does everybody know what these kind of meetings are? If you do not, please ask.
Holly, may I ask an appraisal meeting? What does it mean?
An appraisal meeting is usually the annual meeting that you have with your boss about your performance. Some companies will call it a performance review. And other people call it an appraisal meeting. So a performance review. And then some companies never have them, and some companies have them all every 6 months or so. So does that help?
Yeah, sure.
Excellent, thank you. Any other questions? Okay. Let's go ahead and start. Venus, could you read number A and see and tell me which one this matches to?
Sure.
Or letter A, not number.
Okay. A job interview.
A letter A, this one on this side.
Yeah, I got. I'm just recruit a new employer.
Okay, what I want you to read is number A.
Oh, okay. Communicate with remote workers.
Yes.
This one.
Mhm. And what does that match to?
Oh, okay. I got it now.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No worries.
Maybe it's a teleconference.
A teleconference, okay. Can you guys think of another name for a teleconference?
Conference call.
Yeah, so a conference call is another name.
We say that Telcom.
Okay, you guys say telecom. In English, we don't usually say that. When we use telecom, it actually we're talking about the telephone company if we hear the word telecom in English. Okay. All right, letter B. Ramsey, could you read that?
Discuss an employee's performance.
Okay, and what would that be?
An appraisal meeting.
An appraisal meeting, yes. Okay. And Ismail, could you read C?
C. Elect the company board of directors in a publicly owned corporation. An annual general meeting.
Yes, an annual general meeting. Perfect. Okay, and then Attilio. Can you read the next one?
Recruit a new employee.
Okay.
A job interview.
A job interview, exactly. Okay. And Adela, could you read the next one?
A strange relationship between colleagues.
Yeah, that would be E.
Sorry.
No worries.
Solve problems, make decisions, set policies. 6. Management meeting.
Yes. So solve relationships, make decisions, set policy. So try not to swallow the ending of the word. So set policy. Policy. Okay. All right. And the last one, Arnaud, could you read that one?
It will be very tricky.
I know this one's the most difficult one of the whole lot.
Strengthen relationships between colleagues and resolve conflicts. And
Okay.
it's a team building meeting.
It's a team building meeting. Okay. So one thing I want to go over as far as pronunciation, this word right here, what you said was colleagues, and we actually stress the syllable. So in English we say colleagues.
Okay.
Colleagues.
Colleagues.
And whenever there's an O here with two consonants, like two double L's, or like my name Holly, it has HOLLY. When there's two L's like that, the O is always an ah sound, even though you would think it'd be O or but it's ah. Colleagues.
Colleagues.
Yeah, and my name is Holly too. So okay, let's talk about some of these words. Christian.
Yes.
Tell me, when was the last time? Tell us about the last job interview that you went on.
The last interview that I went on,
Mm-hmm.
it was when I was 18, because I had the same job until last year when I was 24.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
yeah.
What kind of job was it, and how? Obviously, it went well, right?
Yeah, I was a pharmacy technician
Uh-huh.
in Mexico.
Okay. And was the person a good interviewer? Did you feel like you got the job before you left? Or did they offer you the job right away, or?
Yeah, it was right away in
Mhm.
the interview.
So the person was good at interviewing?
Yeah,
Okay.
he was my boss.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Let's see. Jose, have you ever been to an annual general meeting?
Yes, I have an annual general meeting in the company.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell us what is it like?
What is the bike?
Yeah, what are the annual general meetings like?
Well, like
Yeah.
in this general meeting, we talk about the goals, about and about the objective of the company.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Sergio, tell us about the last conference call you went on. Was it really clear and easy to understand, or was it kind of a technical nightmare?
My last conference call was yesterday. Oh, sorry, today in the morning. Is our weekly review, and yeah, that was my last time.
And what software do you use when you have the call?
WebEx.
WebEx, okay. Yeah, I use WebEx a lot, at least 2 or 3 times a week, so I know that. All right. All right, and let's go on to Venus. No, Venus, you're a student. Ismail. Could you tell me about the last time you had an appraisal meeting? Does your company give them very often, or are they always a surprise?
Holly, actually, I am a public servant. I work in state business, and we meet usually for appraisal, but the price or
it's an appraisal.
The appraisal is not monetary. They usually give us a thanks letter, something like this, a rating. And they sometimes give us free holiday for 1 week.
Oh, that's nice.
I mean, it is not so important, or they have not so many motivating in it, actually. After a while, you get used to it, and it doesn't create a motivation effect on you.
Yeah. I had a job once where for several years I just didn't bother going to the appraisal meeting for that very reason. Didn't mean anything. So
yes.
Yeah. All right. So Arnaud, could you tell us about team building meetings? Tell us about a really good team building meeting that you've been to.
It's been a while. I think it was 4 years ago, and it was very funny because it was the opportunity to better know my colleagues.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always better to know colleagues in this kind of context, and it was very useful.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so it was an opportunity to get to know.
To get to know. Okay.
Know my colleagues,
Okay.
or get to know each other, or each other.
Okay.
Yeah. You said it was. Was it very funny or very fun?
Very fun.
Fun. Okay. So
Fun.
it was a fun meeting. Did you just stay in the office, or did you go out into the community and do anything?
No, we did go out.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Adela, can you tell us about any of? There's a meeting that they have forgotten on here. There's also something called a staff meeting. And
staff meeting.
Meeting.
Yes. Meeting. Sorry. We have in a staff meeting is when the people works in a company has a meeting, but can be a high staff meeting is the normal, and the other staff, the other workers don't participate on the meeting. I think maybe can be sometimes a very big meeting. If it's in a decision important, for example, to close a company and trade, for example, no, can trade workers, or I don't remember. Can be has a meeting with all the staff on the company. Sometimes in my company, when they have a problem, trade union has to a meeting for all people works here.
That's right. There's another meeting, a union meeting.
Yes, union.
And then this is one that is very interesting, a town hall meeting. Anybody have an idea, if you're at a company and they call a town hall meeting, what that could be?
It's a management team meeting? No?
No,
it's a staff meeting.
It's basically a staff meeting for everyone. And the company I worked for a year ago, they had first of all, they had a meeting, a mandatory meeting for all of the leadership staff. And then they told us they had the vice president from the headquarters out, and we're like, oh no, what is this all about? And then they told us that 90% of the staff would be laid off, and that they would be telling the entire 1,600 people during town hall meetings. So the rest of the day, the employees would go to these town hall meetings, and then they left for home after the town hall meetings, and they learned that most of them would lose their job, at least for the summertime. So so in the States, a town hall meeting normally is not necessarily a good meeting. So okay, and Ismail and Sergio, you are saying that meetings a lot of times are not very productive. I actually agree with you. A lot of the meetings I've been to in companies have been kind of a waste of time. Has anybody here? Do you work in companies where the meetings are actually productive?
Me, Holly?
Any of you, anybody.
Okay. I actually I can talk about my business meeting. They usually are not well prepared,
Mhm.
and that's why they are not effective, and they never start and ends in planned time schedule, because there are some show co-worker. Generally, they don't work too much, but they try to create an atmosphere on the business meeting as if they are work very well and they know everything, and they usually talk and say nothing. And actually, I am not totally against meeting, because it is sometimes a must to coordinate some jobs around the workers, but I think my boss has a trust problem, and he doesn't trust their crew, and that's why he usually makes meetings. Maybe he doesn't know, and he want to learn what is going on during the meeting.
Yeah, and
That's why they are not so effective.
Yeah. So, when you say the boss has a trust problem, does he believe he's a little bit more superior than everyone else?
Yes, one of one aim of many aim is that, I think. Some boss are using meetings as a in this goals to create an atmosphere and get some information from different people what is going around.
Yeah. And I woss say that the boss is, you say has a trust problem, that's perfect. Another way you can say it is the boss is probably insecure.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Because of the workplace, or
maybe he or she is younger than other people and he feels it, or who knows. There's all kinds of reasons. So, okay, now in which type of meeting would you hear each of the following statements or questions? Number one, Venus, why do you want to work for this company? Which type of meeting would you hear that question?
I can't fully understand the question.
Okay. The number one right here. Why do you want to work for this company?
Or which one?
Number one.
Oh, okay.
Right here.
A staff meeting, a department meeting, which one?
Okay. Okay. So why do you, when would you hear this question? What type of meeting? Why do you want to work for this company? Okay. So, Sergio, do you have an idea for number one? It wouldn't be staff meeting.
Yeah,
so,
it's for interview.
Yeah, so a job interview. That's usually when you hear that question, a job interview. Okay, number two, Rimsey, when would we say, we seem to be breaking up? Is everything all right with your connection?
I think teleconference.
Yes, a teleconference. All right. And number 3, Jose, when would you say, what can I do to improve my performance rating?
What can I do to improve my performance rating in a appraisal meeting?
An appraisal meeting.
Is okay? Sí, no? Yes, no?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah. Number 4. Ismail, what type of meeting would you say, I think we really need to start cutting costs?
I would say I think we really need to start cutting costs. We are talking about a management meeting.
Yes. A management meeting, exactly. Okay. And the last one, Attilio. When would you say, so let's review last year's financial results.
An annual general meeting.
All right, an annual general meeting, okay. Okay, so Ahmed, what kind of meetings do you have in your company? Arnaud?
Yes.
Okay, what type of meetings do you have in your business?
I work in IT, then I have a lot of conference call and an appraisal meeting too.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Conference calls and appraisal meetings. And possibly, of course, you have team building, at least team building meetings, because you told us about one that you've had at least once.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And Adela, what kinds of meetings do you participate in?
Normally in a management meeting, because we have a board meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a departmental meeting and a staff meeting to only teachers.
Okay. And another meeting, another word for that when you're in a when you're in a school or something, they might not say a staff meeting, you might say a teachers meeting.
Yes, teachers meeting.
And also the other possibility, depending on depending on the size of the school, you might also have a department meeting. So
we have a department meeting because tutors or same. We have a specific meetings for different departments.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Thank you. And Venus, what type of meetings do you take part in at your university? Your school?
Well, I'm not sure, but maybe we have an annual general meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we do have a teleconference with our teachers. If you wanted to come in our school, you need an interview. And I think that's it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and many times I remember when I was in graduate school, we would have a student meeting for the student association. So that's one of the things we would have. And I remember walking into one and hearing an announcement that they were going to have a Christmas party at Holly's house. And I was like, oh, really? I didn't know this. So, I had put on a big birthday party that summer, and they realized that I had a really nice big home, so that's why they invited the entire department at the university, all the professors and everybody to my home. So I was like, oh wow. But anyway, I went. So, Rimsey, what type of meetings do you have in your business?
Actually, we have many kind of meetings in my business.
Okay.
But our favorite meetings is teleconference.
Okay.
Because you know, teleconference is you don't need to pay money for many person. You can meet many person at the same time with teleconference.
Okay.
Just
out of curiosity, what web conference solution do you guys usually use?
Web conference.
Yeah. What type of software?
Oh.
Do you use GoToMeeting, WebEx, Adobe?
No, we use telephone.
Okay.
Contact. We have contact number.
Okay.
For teleconference.
Okay. So you. Okay.
But at the same time, we use some Microsoft programs.
Okay.
For conference too.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I know that one company I worked in, we used. We would call in to a conference call number with our phone, but we would also use Link.
Yeah, we use Link too.
Okay. All right. And Jose, how about you? What type of meetings do you have in your business? And I just wrote out a couple more meetings that I thought
in my company have a sales meeting, staff meeting, department meeting, and a appraisal meeting too.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And Sergio, how about you?
I use most of the meetings are conference calls, but once a quarter we have a management meeting, and I think this is like is together management meeting, a team building, and an appraisal meeting as well.
Okay. Yes. And is appraisal meeting usually through a teleconference, or do you sit down with your boss and talk to them? Sergio, when you have the appraisal meeting, is it via teleconference or face-to-face?
Face-to-face.
It is face-to-face. Yeah. So we could say virtual or face-to-face. Okay. Okay, and then Ismail, what kind of meetings do you have in your business?
Well, we usually have management meeting in my company, and we try to solve some problems. I work in a simulation center. I execute acceptance test with the contractor, and there are many problems during the test, and we usually argue this problem and try to find a suitable solution for the problem.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Natalio, how about you? What type of meetings do you have in your business?
We use it to meet through teleconference, mainly with the other countries, a team building meeting, and management meetings.
Okay. A question for you. I'm just very interested just because of the projects that I'm on. What kind of software do you use when you have the virtual meetings or the teleconferences? Is it through the phone or do you use web-based?
We use the Adobe software.
Okay, Adobe Connect. Okay, and I'm also in that 4 times a week. I'm in WebEx 2 or 3 times a week, and Adobe 3 or 4 times a week. So
That's right.
yeah, that's me. And then of course Hangouts. I'm in Hangouts all the time. So do you guys think do companies use Hangouts, or do you think it is secure enough for companies?
Yes, I had the opportunity to know Hangout through Verbally.
Yeah, me too. That's the only way I have as well. Okay.
It looks like a secure way to do a teleconference.
Okay. Yeah. Secure enough. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Well, Hangouts on air probably wouldn't be because it's on video recording, but live. So, Ahmed, welcome. Remind me where you are from. Ahmed,
I'm from Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, welcome. All right. Nice to see that you've arrived and you're here. Thank you for coming. So we have we're working on collocations now with meeting. So these are actually words that have a meeting here. So we have we're going to complete the sentences with the following verbs. We have attend, call, cancel, end, hold, and reschedule. Okay, so let's start with Adela. Could you do number 1?
Okay, I think we need to reschedule.
No, it wouldn't be reschedule.
To hold, I think.
Okay.
No? To hold a meeting to discuss the issue. And maybe hold, no? To have a little late, no?
Yeah, the answer is to call. Yeah, I think we need to call a meeting to discuss the issue. Yes. Okay. And Ahmed, could you do number 2?
I cannot make it on Friday. Can we reschedule the meeting?
Perfect. Can we reschedule? Okay. And Arnaud, number 3?
Are we going to attend tomorrow's meeting? Everybody's coming.
I think I'm going to skip because everybody's coming. They can tell me what's going on. Atelio, number 4.
Human resources managers usually hold job interviews with potential candidates.
Perfect. Okay, number 5. Ismail.
Number 5. It was getting late, so the boss decided to cancel the meeting.
Okay, excellent. Okay, number 6, Jose.
Everybody in the office was on site leave, so the manager decided to end the meeting.
Yeah, actually, number 5 is, you can say cancel, but we also can say end. And this one is the manager decided to cancel the meeting.
Cancel the meeting?
Cancel the meeting, yeah.
Okay. Number 6 is better cancel. Okay.
Yeah, cancel is a better answer. It's better with cancel. And number 5, I thought it was cancel, and then I thought about it, and I realized, no, the boss decided to end the meeting. It was getting late. But it also could be cancel, because maybe the meeting was at 5 o'clock, and everybody was late, so he just decided to cancel it. Oh. Okay. All right, let's go on. And it says in pairs, but as a group, let's discuss the questions below. Okay, we've already answered number 1. Who is responsible for calling meetings in your company? So Ismail, who is responsible for calling meetings in your company?
Oh, we have somebody on our personal department, and he used our intranet and information board to inform people about the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
They
Okay.
send emails or mails to different people about the meeting, and then we have also usually meetings are holy. We generally meet in the morning when we start the day.
Okay, the first thing in the morning. Yeah, and that makes sense. I know in the last job I had, that's what we had. I think meetings twice a week, and it was always the first thing in the morning. So, yeah. So Arnaud, number 3, why would you reschedule a meeting?
Maybe because I'm not ready, or because some participants does not ready for the meeting.
Okay. So just because people are not ready. Are there any other reasons? Jose, why would you reschedule a meeting? Any other reasons? Arnaud gave some good ones, but
yes, because the meeting is not productive, and you reschedule a meeting for this meeting will be more productive.
Okay. Because people are not ready. Okay, Adela, I think you've written a really good response to that one. Can you explain to us what a quorum is?
Maybe when we need to take a decision, we need a percentage of the meeting participants, and we need to have a quorum. This is on the meeting need to present all teacher or a high percentage, because if you make a decision without quorum, maybe or this decision can be invalidated.
I just recently learned what a quorum was, just in the last year or last year and a half. Does everybody understand what a quorum is? Adela,
The minimum number of people or teacher or participants need to have to be present on the meeting when you need to make a decision.
Yeah, so if there is not a quorum, so that means if there is not enough people represented for every department or every group, 2/3 I think of the people, if they're not 2/3 of the people there, then they have to reschedule because they are trying to make a decision, and so you have to have a quorum. And that's usually with government type organizations. I think in private companies it's not as big of a deal, but it's in the public and the state companies that are it's very important. Ismail, you said you work in a public company or a state-owned. Do you guys require a quorum? Have you heard that before?
Yes, I heard, but I didn't experience many times to require a quorum, because when we send a mail to people, every people join in the meeting. But for example, I experience sometimes when we take an important decision about the acceptance or no acceptance, a service or a product, we should build a quorum in the meeting. Yes, Adela, we couldn't decide elsewhere.
Yes, that is correct. Yeah, and it has to be at least 2/3 of the committee or the people have to be represented. So, but in private companies like Sergio, it works for a telecom company. It wouldn't be as necessary, I don't think. But in a public company, it's very important. So I learned it because my brother-in-law works for the city. So for them, they have to have a quorum for every decision. So, okay, now let's study the meeting problems and match the underlined words to the definitions below. So we have number 1, things are behind schedule. Number 2, a few participants are dominating the meeting. Number 3, meetings are often used to deal with immediate problems. Number 4, key people don't attend. Number 5, people don't follow through on actions, tasks, and decisions after the meeting ends. And number 6, the participants are getting sidetracked. So, Jose, what does behind schedule mean?
Behind the schedule mean do or complete something that was planned or discussed.
Was planned or discussed? No.
Yes. No?
No, that's not it.
Taking longer than planned? No.
Taking longer than planned. So remember, the only time that there is that you say ed at the end is if it's a meeting, if it's a word like that has a T at the end.
I think the important.
No, it's letter E.
It's letter E, taking longer than planned. Okay.
Yeah, taking longer than planned. But I'm talking about pronunciation. So
taking longer than planned.
Planned, okay. Or discussed.
Planned. Okay.
Or discuss. So with some word, for example, in this word, participated, it has the ed sound. Okay. Participated, and the reason is because there's that T there.
Okay. Participated.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What is dominating? Venus. What's a word that is dominating?
If you participants are dominating the meeting, well, yeah, maybe controlling the meeting.
Controlling the meeting, yes, exactly. Okay, and Attilio, how about deal with? What would deal with be?
Meetings are often used to deal with.
Used to deal with.
Used to deal with immediate problems.
Mm-hmm. So what would to deal with mean?
Do or complete something that was planned or discussed.
No.
No.
But that was planned or discussed.
Planned or discussed.
Planned or discussed.
Try to solve.
Try to solve, yes. So if you're dealing with a problem, you're trying to solve that problem. Exactly. Okay, and key people don't attend. Arnaud, what would key be in this situation?
I think it's important.
Yes. The important. So the key people are the important people. Okay, and Ahmed, what about follow through on? What does that mean?
People do not follow through on action plans. It means do or complete something that was planned or discussed.
Okay, excellent. Okay, and so if people don't follow on something, they don't do what do what they say they are going to do. Number 6, Adela.
The participants are getting sidetracked.
Okay.
Discussing issues that are not relevant.
Yeah, so I think a lot of times that happens, and one of the reasons why meetings are so feel like a waste of time is because people get sidetracked.
A question: is idiomatic too when people talk about a subject or a topic in a meeting, but don't arrive any end? Is possible to talk around the bush?
Okay, when they don't arrive at a decision, to talk around a bush.
Walk around the
around the bush. We do have something like that.
Is to insist that one topic, no, one another, no, is. I don't. Maybe it's.
Yeah, around the bush. I think it doesn't have much to do with this. Around the bush. That's the idiom you're thinking of. Now I've just remembered what the idiom is. It's beat around the bush. Okay, beat around the bush. And basically that what on this one, what you're trying to, it doesn't have anything to do with getting sidetracked. What that is when you don't actually, you're not straightforward, and so you do not say what you really need to say. So you beat around the bush.
To explain to explain another type, but you don't go to the core, no, about the use.
Yeah. So, say for example, to beat around the bush would be, you really need to go, but you need to be polite about it. So you kind of beat around the bush. You don't actually say I need to go, or you don't leave, but you kind of indicate somehow that you need to go. So that's what beating around the bush is. So Go Turkey is completely different too, Sergio. So I wish we had time to do that. Go Turkey is something. Yeah, kind of completely opposite of that. But all right, well, I want to thank you all for your participation. I hope you learned some new words and phrases. And I hope to see you in another class very soon. All right, thank you very much.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Bye, guys.